So here is my meatloaf rolled in all its glory, and you got to try this today. It's so simple, so delicious, and here it is on the plate. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a meatloaf roll. It is so simple to make, very few ingredients. It's super healthy, super quick to make, and my recipe is kind of a small recipe. It's going to make a medium-sized meatloaf roll, but if you have a larger family, you might want to double up on my ingredients. So let me show you the ingredients. So the main ingredient is 454 grams or 1 pound of lean hamburger. I prefer lean over extra lean. It's just the right amount of fat. So we're going to mix that in. We have about half a cup of red onion, finely diced, and that was a medium size red onion. We're going to have a quarter cup of finely chopped parsley, 1 whipped egg, 1 teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon black pepper, half a teaspoon sea salt, and 75 grams or half a cup of Parmesan. Those are the main ingredients. So let's get started mixing up this beautiful meatloaf. Okay, to start with, we're going to put in our 1 pound of hamburger, and I omitted to mention I'm going to put in a quarter cup of breadcrumbs. You can use the breadcrumbs of your choice. And we're going to add in our Parmesan, sea salt, black pepper, paprika, parsley, and our red onion. And let's top it off with our whipped egg. 1 egg should be enough to help the breadcrumbs keep everything all together. So I prefer to get in there with my bare hands instead of wearing gloves because I'm cooking just for me. So if you're a little squeamish about that, go ahead and put on a pair of gloves. Okay, everything is well mixed up together. So, and I formed it into a little ball for now, and I'm going to cover it with some plastic wrap, and I'm going to put it in the fridge for 1 hour. Now, if you don't have an hour and you're short on time, put it in the amount that you can. And if you don't have any time, continue on to the next step, which you'll see in a little bit there. So while the meatloaf is still marinating in my fridge, I have 1 bunch of fresh, beautiful spinach, and I'm going to separate the leaves off, and then I'm going to cut that off and finally chop that to spread on our meatloaf roll. Okay, so the spinach doesn't have to be really finely chopped, just roughly chopped, and it just makes it easier spreading it on the meatloaf. So I'm just going to roughly chop it like this. I'll just check that out. I think that's good enough. For me, this is good enough. So I'm going to put this into a little plastic container, and it's going to join the meatloaf in the fridge so it stays nice and crisp. So the meatloaf has finished marinating, and the plan is to put it in this 9-inch pan and put that into the oven. So to roll it up, I have a 9.5-inch parchment paper. So let me start by grabbing the meat and just press it out. Start by hand, and we might need to use a flat spatula. So you want to roll this out to about 1/4 inch. And if we have to, I have a rolling pin here too. So the idea is you want to stay about 1/2 inch away from the sides. And let's try this. I think this will work out much better. So depending on the size of your pan, if you have a larger Pyrex meatloaf pan, then you might have to go more with the ingredients that I'm suggesting. This is a perfect meal for 1 to 2 people, and you're going to have leftovers for the next day. And if you don't want to eat that the next day, this meatloaf freezes really, really well, which is what I tend to do a lot. And eat what I can, and the rest, just freeze it. Okay, so there's quite a bit of meat that went there. So I think I'm happy with this. It's not perfectly rectangular. Let me just work on the edges here. Very good. So the first thing I'm going to spread out all the chopped spinach. And if you're not a big fan of spinach, then maybe you want to use a bit less. So that was about 1 full cup of spinach. So the next step is to add a layer of ham. So today I'm using this baked honey ham from Maple Leaf, but I've made this before with Black Forest ham from the same company. And these are only guidelines. And I mean, if you want more meat or less meat, you can see they're not really thick. Like they're healthy. Oh, sorry, there was 2 in there. They're quite, like, it's a good thickness. So I'm going to add, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you want to pack in even more meat, go ahead. The last step, I have 1 cup of mozzarella. And we'll try and keep that to the middle as possible. And let's get the rest of it out. There we go. So let's just distribute this evenly around the outside here, keeping it away from the edges, because if not, it will ooze out the sides. Okay, so next, you want to take the meatloaf from this end and start rolling it over and over and push in the sides as necessary. Okay, this is trying to get out from this end. I wish it wasn't falling apart as it is. So what I'm going to do now is put this into my loaf pan, and it came apart a bit. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. And I'm just going to make sure everything is really well sealed. Some here. So the game plan now is to put it into a 400-degree oven for 1 hour, and then I'm going to put a temperature probe inside. It should come out at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, but 170 just to be sure. So let's get to that. Pop it in the oven and start cooking this meatloaf. So I just want to mention there is a meatloaf tomato sauce that I'll be preparing after this goes into the oven, and I'm going to let it cook about halfway through, check for doneness, and then I'm going to apply this tomato paste sauce all over the meatloaf. Okay, so while the meatloaf is still cooking, I'm going to prepare the meatloaf glaze, and the recipe that I have is 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, and if you know, my preference is this one that comes in a tube. Really handy. So there's 3 tablespoons of that, 2 teaspoons of yellow mustard, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and 3 tablespoons of passata. And passata, here's the brand I like, but basically, whatever brand you use, this is strained tomatoes, and there's no spices, no salt, no pepper, and just plain strained tomatoes, and it works out really great. And we have some salt and pepper. Okay, to start with, I'm using a plastic container. I'm going to put everything in there, and let's go with the tomato paste. And then next we're going to add the yellow mustard. Put that in there. And then the soy sauce, the asata, and a good shake of pepper, and then a good pinch, 3-finger pinch of salt. Okay, so I drained off some of the fat and whatever liquids from the pan, and now I'm just going to liberally spread out my meatloaf glaze on top. And at this point, the meatloaf is pretty much cooked, but I'm going to pop it back in the oven for about another 10 minutes to further just bake. Okay, finally, the meatloaf, the rolled meatloaf, is ready, and it looks absolutely delicious. And I'm going to serve it with some corn and a nice salad. Totally healthy. So let's get into it. And there it is, my friends. I mean, this meatloaf is so well cooked. It was 170 degrees internal temperature. The cheese was oozing. I drained some of the liquid around it, and I made myself a nice thick slice of it. And I'm serving it with canned corn and a nice green salad. What could be better? So I just wanted to say before I get into this, if you don't want to use mozzarella, you could always substitute that for a nice cheddar cheese. Shred it up and give you something a bit different, but it would be fantastic as well. Mm-hmm. That glaze, to be honest, that's the first time I ever made that recipe, and I added 1 or 2 other things, ingredients, and it is perfect. This with the meatloaf is like out of this world. So with corn, salad. So thanks for dropping by, and always a pleasure to have people watching my videos. So if you enjoyed this, you got something out of it, give me a thumbs up, please, and share it with your friends. Please give a like and subscribe if you already haven't. And till the next one, everybody take care. See you then. Bye now.